Good morning, everybody. It is Wednesday morning. It is episode 582. And I had a quote from Viktor Frankl that I want to share with you. It's so important. And obviously, Viktor Frankl is an amazing guy. You want to check out his book. It's incredible. And he simply says, the biggest freedom we have is to choose the way we see situations. The biggest freedom we have is the way we choose to see situations. That for me is so incredibly impressive, and it's so true. It is so true. Obviously, the biggest freedom we have is how we interpret what goes on in our lives, and it's up to you. I always say to people, there's good and bad things happen every single day, and you get what you focus on. The more you focus on certain things, the more you will see certain things. For example, I think I'm incredibly lucky, but in reality, I might be just as lucky as you. But because I focus on when I'm lucky, when I see how something is materialized and it seems it's luck, I genuinely thank the universe because I just expect the luck now. But I probably am as lucky as you. The only thing is I notice it and see it more. If you are always negative, you will see the negative. If you're always positive, you will see more positivity. So the more you are negative, the more negative things will tend to happen to you, only because you've actually seen them more and you're focusing on more. What we focus on, we get. And so it's how we see and how we interpret situations that count. And it goes back to this quote, the biggest freedom we have is to choose the way we see situations. That is so good. Always look for the good in a situation. And another quote I always like saying, good and bad things happen to us every single day of a week. But at the time, we don't know which is which. For example, I'll give you two examples. When I was living with a girl, she cheated on me. And I was, do you know what? It was at the time, looking back, I was like, I can't believe someone cheated on me. How my ego was hurt, etc., etc. But it was the best thing for me. It was the best thing for her as well, because now we're incredibly, well, not I'm just saying incredibly close, but we're definitely not incredibly close, but we're still friends. And that was the best thing for us at that time, because at the time, right in the moment, it didn't feel like the best thing. However, 20 years on, 10 years on, whatever it is now, it is the definite best thing for her, for me. But at the time, I didn't know that. Lazo, having the restaurant, at the time, it felt like the worst thing in the world, having a restaurant, 18 months of sheer hell. But that 18 months, it's almost like my university. I went through university. It was horrible. It was horrendous. It was every single day I used to wake up and I wanted to put the covers over my head again. I didn't want to get out of the covers. But it was the best actual 18 months of my life. I learned so much. But at the time, it felt like the worst 18 months of my life. Looking back now, that happened for me, not to me. And so when bad things happen to you, you actually feel, or when certain situations happen to you, you actually feel like the bad things that are happening. But we don't know. There's no way of knowing if that's a bad thing or a good thing right there and then. You just don't know. Only future can tell. Only time will tell. And exactly the same for good things. A good thing might have happened to you, but it might not be a good thing long term. It might actually be a negative long term. And so we don't know what's what. For example, a deal might fall through for a businessman, and you might be overwhelmed with anxiety and sadness because of it. But that deal might have fallen flat on its face. It might have cost you X amount of millions of pounds or hundreds of thousands of pounds or tens of thousands of pounds, whatever. But we just don't know at the time. So good and bad things happen to us every single day. The problem is we don't know which is which at the time. All right, my friends, Viktor Frankl, take a bow. The biggest freedom we have is the way we choose to see situations. Boom. All right, my friends, see you soon. I love you. I appreciate you. Tomorrow, by the way, what we're talking about, worrying. Worrying does nothing. And basically we rob ourselves twice. I'll tell you all about that tomorrow. All right, see you soon. Love you. Appreciate you. Bye.